All right, no, myself.
I'd like to call the Development Review Board to order, July 2nd, 2013. Then to introduce the members of the panel here this evening. Dan Mellenberg, Milt Surdam, Charles Koukouris, Ron Alterman, Bill Barney, Harry Hurst. I'm Charles Kopp. Dan Monks is our zoning administrator, and Linda Bermudez is our secretary.
Okay, first item on our agenda is the minutes from our last meeting, June 18.
Any corrections? Your motion? Charles moves. Milt seconds. All in favor?
Very great. We have a witness sign-up sheet right across the way there. It includes an oath statement, and we ask everybody who speaks this evening to sign it. The oath statement is, I solemnly swear or affirm under the pains and penalty of perjury that the statements I make, testimony I give, and other evidence I submit to the board at the board's public hearing held on this date shall be true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. And again, that sign-up sheet is right there. Next item on our agenda is disclosure of any ex parte communications or conflicts of interest regarding the matters before us this evening.
Anyone?
No, seeing none. Okay. First hearing this evening is Birch Hollow LLC at 262 Main Street. Applicant is seeking development plan and design plan approval for a Dollar General retail store. This is the second hearing. The proposal was granted preliminary approval after the first hearing. The appropriate measure this evening, if the board is satisfied, is to close the hearing and make a determination in deliberative session at the end of the meeting this evening.
All set, Chris? Okay.
Once again, I'm Chris Pedesi from Speed Engineering. We're representing the Zaremba Group in Birch Hollow for the proposed 9,100 square foot Dollar General on the north side of North Main Street, the old El Carro parking lot behind the Fresh Fry. As you know, the last time we were here, we went through all of the aspects of the project. We went through the building design, site design, and everything else that's been done, including the lighting plans, landscaping plans, drainage plans, water and wastewater. And I can go through everything again. But to reiterate a lot of the items from the last meeting, we were asked to do a few things. In the revised packet, we submitted the revised elevation. It is black and white, but it has the scale bars and all the information that was asked for on those. What also I have done, I've revised my lighting plan. And what I did was I just shifted a little bit and I put a full detail of what the lighting pole would look like. I asked my supplier to, if they had like a photograph or a schematic in color of what the pole would look like, and they sent me the same items again, which were the three different separate light and pole for what we had. So what I did is to scale, and it's in your packet, is drew what it would look like, a yellow concrete base, brass, or dark bronze pole, and the black and bronze fixture at the top, LED, 15 feet tall. I have the elevation on there for the height.
Chris, what drawing is that?
Oh, I'm sorry, that is SP3. It's on the right-hand side. There was also a couple of notes we were asked to clarify and a couple of owners, which I have done, and that was on EC1, which was our existing conditions and demolition plan. Otherwise, I think everything that we submitted before, we submitted again. And I wasn't sure if these were part of the original package. I know I didn't resubmit them, but I had colored ones, small ones, if anyone's interested in having one. It's the same as this larger one. I think we originally submitted them, but I wanted to make sure if anyone wanted one for the package, I brought back. But overall, only the requested changes were made to the plans, and I'd like to answer if anyone has any more questions about site operations, anything.
Any questions? Anyone from the audience like to speak? Have any questions? Yes, Barry.
I'll move to close the hearing. Go to deliberative
Session. Ron seconds. All in favor? Okay, you're all set. Dan should have an answer for you tomorrow, Chris.
That's great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Chris. The other matter we have this evening involves the recently approved Merchants Bank at 210 Northside Drive. You'll recall this was a conversion, or is a conversion of a former Wendy's restaurant. You have in your packet a letter from Ralph Nimps, the architect, regarding a couple of, I believe, minor changes, but it is in the design review district, so the board is required to review and approve. So I believe Ralph is here this evening. He can present a couple of minor changes, and if the board is comfortable with the changes, it'd be appropriate to make a motion to approve those changes at the end of his presentation.
Last time, what we submitted was painted masonry on the building, split face block and a lot of negotiations with the owners on the side. It's probably not the best idea to paint that masonry. We'll leave it the way it is. I think it's going to be a maintenance problem. We also have the drive-up lane on a fairly steep metal roof, and I'm afraid of snow and ice coming off of that, and I'd like to switch to asphalt shingles, a little more subdued green. And you can see the masonry colors here. This is the same paint that we had before in the gables. And this is an actual sample of the shingles. It's a heavy butt, 50-year architectural shingle. Thank you very much.
Got extras.
Thank you. So I expect this to hold snow and ice on the roof. We're very well insulated. Anyway, the third thing I asked for is there's currently a 20-foot wide approach to Wendy's to go into their parking lot. And we had increased that to 26 feet. And we're looking at it and say it's worked for 20 years. It's probably okay now. And so we're going to leave that curve the way it is if that meets your approval. So that's all we want to change. We've done a demolition out there. We're about to do some site work. The trusses are coming in a couple of weeks, so things are progressing rapidly there. So I'd like to ask permission to make these changes.
Any questions?
Question for Dan, is this one closed deliberation or open?
Doesn't need to be.
Okay, it can be open.
It can be open. It's a minor amendment,
Any
yes.
questions?
I have a question on the shingles and the roof. Is that the entire building or just the part over the drive-through?
Oh, it's the entire
The
building.
entire building?
It's a flat roof now, if you recall being out there. So that's lowered down some.
Hey, one question I have is in the front, you had where the sidewalk is, you had moved it out so that any snow that came off would land in the grass. Is that going to remain grass area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be some shrubbery in there.
Okay,
There's a little buffer between the concrete and the building.
good. Yes, Bill?
Dan, do we have a requirement for width on entrance?
No, not on, since it's a driveway, no.
Okay.
We have a maximum amount, but not a minimum.
Okay.
That's good.
Any others? Hey, we don't need to go into deliver.
No,
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know
Need
if
a
there's anybody.
motion?
I don't know if there's
Oh.
anybody.
Do you need to speak on this? Okay. Okay.
It's too late.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Okay.
I'd like to second.
Milt seconds. All in favor? You're all set.
Thank you. It's all set. Yes, I'll send you a formal notification, but you're all set. Yeah. Okay. Unless there's any other business, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
Need a motion to adjourn?
Very minimal so far.
Adjourn.
All seconds. Very moved. All in favor? Yeah, flavor.
Thanks a lot.